Hey, this is Tyler, one of the hosts of RangerCast. On our show, we talk about Power Rangers and other multi-unit spandex heroes. We've got news, reviews, interviews. We talk about the comics, the games, the toys, and all things more phenomenal. Find us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or check us out at rangercast.net. May the power protect you.
Hi everyone. In this episode, we had a guest host named Kamerin that we were talking to prior to this episode. He was working as a staff member at one of the anime conventions that we were attending, Colossal Con, which was a great time. But we brought along some wireless mics that we weren't 100% used to quite yet, and we used them in this episode. So the quality is going to be a little less than our usual episodes, but I did my best with editing, so please give us a little bit of grace on what you might experience. Otherwise, I think I did a relatively good job on saving what content we had. So without further ado, please enjoy this episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Podcast. I'm your host, Matt, alongside with my other host, Lance. Today, we have an awesome special guest, Kamerin.
Hi, my name's Kamerin. I found you guys on Facebook.
Craziness. The world of the internet.
Yeah.
Yep, so Kamerin, you're working on some stuff on your own time. What are you working on?
So, in the background, I've got an anime movie podcast going because not enough people know about other anime movies other than Studio Ghibli. Now, I want to fix that because his last movie is coming out and then he unretired again. So, that was kind of the catalyst.
That's funny. I've been hearing that off and on the past couple of years. Dude retires, comes back out with a new movie, and then retires again. And keeps cycling.
If you're that good at something, you're like, hey, I got this itch. Let me do it. Somebody's going to buy it, make a movie out of it, and it's going to make a bunch of money.
But you're also in your 80s and you chain smoke harder than most Americans. So...
Yeah, but look at the mangaka for Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, who's like, hey, I can't stand up and wipe my ass, but here's 5 chapters.
He wanted to go live his life, and then he did and went, I want to go draw again.
Yeah, I do not blame him, but, you know, when you've got that thing you're passionate for,
fair,
you're just going to do it.
Yeah.
Whether it cripples you or not.
Yeah.
Anything else you're doing? So you got the movie podcast, anime movie podcast. When's that going to come out?
January, the second week. We don't have a date yet.
Okay, so beginning of 2024.
Yes.
Is that going to be weekly, monthly? Like, what's the plan for that one?
Yes.
Okay. I completely understand. Lance and I were like, yeah, let's do this every month. No, month is not enough. 2 weeks. Do we need to do it every week? I'm like, I'm not doing this every week.
That's not an effort.
Especially reading the manga. Like, no, I can't read it. I can't do a season in a week. There's no way. Lance, you know, reading.
Well, we could watch something in a week. Their quality might drop here and there, but getting the manga in on the back end, that's definitely not going to.
Yeah, no. Granted, I finished the last 20 episodes of Attack on Titan in like 4 days. But details.
I do have a personal podcast, but it's in its last season because I don't have time. I just got a full-time job, and they went, hey, overtime, 2 hours every day. Just kidding, 3 hours every day. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Life gets in the way.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, know that life.
But what really got you into anime?
All right, we have a story. So I can remember when I was 4, I would watch Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, and Mega Man, one of the Mega Mans on my mom's big old CRT TV and go, yeah. Then I turned 8 and went, Pokemon's cool. Then I turned 10 and went, Dragon Ball Z's cool. Is that it, though? Is there other stuff? And that's where everything's kind of went, yes, there's other anime to watch, like Inuyasha and Dot Hack Sign, more Pokemon, because Pokemon will never end.
Right. I'm glad you brought up Cardcaptor Sakura, because when I was a kid, I loved that show so much. You just spin a card, hit it with your staff, and a big blast of water comes out. And I could never find it on TV. And for 20 years, I went with my life without knowing what the name of that show was, because I was just a kid and I randomly found it. And then I found it, and then I started watching it, and it's a long series, and I got bored.
No, it's fair. Long is relative because One Piece exists.
Right. But yeah, long.
One,
I think it's like
One Piece is
episodes.
an aberration. It doesn't count. Just like Case Closed.
Okay, fair. Fair. Oh, you call it Case Closed. Interesting. I just call it Detective Conan.
Yeah.
I'm weird, I know.
No, because that's what it is. But I don't know. I just always see Case Closed. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it is. And then I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's Detective Conan. Case Closed.
I never watched that, so I have no idea.
I didn't not watch a lot of it.
I'm not going to give you the premise. It's not important.
No, it doesn't pertain to what we're doing today. But it's fine. It's still going after 30 years, kind of like One Piece, with no end in sight, from what I know.
One Piece has an end, though. Case Closed, not end.
One Piece has an end only because they're going to make an end.
So, the show we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, because you are our guest, we always have an adult beverage of choice, and you are actually not from Wisconsin. So yesterday, when we actually finally met up, we had you have a Wisconsin staple old fashioned. Did you like the old fashioned?
I can swear, right?
Yes. Yeah. No.
It fucked me up bad. I was cool till I got to my room, and I'm like, ooh, the room's spinning. More alcohol would help, and it did until it didn't.
For every episode, Lance and I usually just drink whiskey straight. So yeah, and we're not talking like a 2-ounce pour. We're talking like half cup pours. We're usually drinking like 4 to 5 ounces at a time. Doubles or triples.
I can't do that.
We like our whiskey.
That's true.
Fair.
There is a reason why Lance Ubers home every day. But what are you drinking today for us?
Sunny D vodka, because I'm a child.
That is okay. It is in stores, so real alcoholics drink it now.
Good.
That's all that matters. As long as it's good and that's what you enjoy, you can drink whatever you want.
It is still good. I've had it before. Have you ever tried the pre-made Sunny D alcohol?
No, I have not.
It's actually pretty fun.
I'm not a huge fan of Sunny D.
No?
No.
Understandable. It's not orange juice, it's orange drink.
Yes. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I don't even really drink a lot of orange juice. Yes. Lance, what about you? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a whiskey old fashioned. And that's all I got right now.
Yeah, since we are not at our home base, we don't have beer. And that's slightly unfortunate because we don't have Spotted Cow. But that's details.
All right, and then Matt, you're drinking?
I am also drinking an old fashioned because, well, they're delicious and I want some.
Great.
But Kamerin, I forgot basically the most important anime question ever. What is your favorite anime? You don't have to say one. You can say a few if you really want to.
So to show my age, this is also a bit of the story. Once I finished Dragon Ball Z, I'm like, I don't like action shows as much as I thought I did. I like story. So my top 2, because they trade spots every 6 months, is Aria the Animation, The Ancient Magus Bride.
Okay.
Then we have March Comes In Like a Lion, and Jing the King of Bandits.
Okay.
Which is slice of life, mystery action.
Interesting, okay.
Jing, I remember that from when we were kids.
Yeah.
And it is a lot of fun.
It is. I actually have the manga. I'm missing volume 2 of Twilight Tales.
I have a random one. So, actually, I have a random few of them. Yeah, I'll have to let you know. For the future. Good list. I know Lance and I show our age because, Yu Yu Hakusho is like one of our top ones. Let's see, when did Yu Yu Hakusho end? It was like
2004-ish.
Don't say that.
I think it ended in 2004. At least maybe it's stopped airing America in 2004. Something around those.
So, yeah, just 20 years ago. They have the 30th anniversary. So that basically says everything. Yeah, we're getting old, man. It happens.
Say it. Don't say that loud.
It's okay. We just admit it, and it goes down the soul so much better.
Fair.
But, Lance, what are we going to be talking about today?
Yeah, so let's get into the meat of this episode. Today we are going to be covering the newest OVA of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. And this is going to cover 3 episodes worth of the Coleus Kingdom. And I'm pulling the synopsis right from now. The story takes place between the first and second season, where Rimuru confronts the swirling conspiracies in the Coleus Kingdom. And that's all that website says. So we're just going to stick with that. And because it's only 3 episodes, we're just going to break this down because we don't need a longer synopsis if that's the case.
So, Kamerin, you told me, you're like, I haven't watched Slime. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
you should do that.
I kind of binged it all in 2 days because of work. It would have been done in 1. But season 1, cool. The OVD, cool. This confused me.
Yes.
Why?
It's just like having a beach episode.
Okay, but the beach episode will come into play later, kind of, sort of. Those plushies will be important later. Not really. But, like, all this the whole OVA was vampires exist. And I'm like, okay, and? Go on.
you could say the same thing about the movie. I know you haven't seen the
I
movie.
haven't yet. Soon, TM.
So for anybody that missed out on the last post-credit scene, there is a moment in which you see Benimaru and the queen from the kingdom in the movie. So without spoiling anything...
Okay, because I was like, who is this?
That tells you who that is. So it's like, why didn't this come out before the movie? Because that would have made sense. It's like, OVA. Movie plays off of the OVA, in a sense. And then it continues. Nope, gotta come out in weird
Marketing and delays are my guess.
Something. But
From my tiny bit of industry knowledge.
yeah, it's just interesting because everything's coming out in complete reverse order. We got season 2 that's already out, and then we take one step backwards, we get the movie, and then we take one step backwards again and get an OVA. And then to go even backwards again, we got Slime Diaries, which takes place in season 1.
I don't mind Slime Diaries because it's slice of life.
Oh yeah, that's just pure fun stuff.
I'm just like, this is nice. I like this, but I want to see Rimuru hurt people. Well, not hurt people. I want to see him do fights.
Oh no,
Right.
he definitely hurts people.
Oh no, I know what happens in season 2, and I went, but why? And they're like, watch it. So I'm like, all right, I'll get there.
You'll understand once you see it happen. You're like, okay, I get it. Valid, all valid. So Lance and I did talk about the Slime Diaries. We thought they were fun, but we're also not super slice of life people. So that's the other thing.
Are you sure you're not? Because you like a good story. That's all slice of
I
life
do.
is a good story.
I do really like. The problem with Slime is that they're just random one-off stories, and it doesn't really interconnect with each other.
They don't build off each other.
Okay.
And so it's like, so you're going to get me excited for 5 minutes and then not do anything with the previous 20 minutes for the next episode.
Oh, ooh, that's not good. Ooh, you kind of turned me off from it.
I'm talking about Slime Diaries.
Yeah, you kind of turned me off from that.
Slime Diaries is essentially 12 single OVAs.
They're just his side quests.
Yeah, and that's what an OVA
Oh,
They are fun, and you get to see Malim, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from Slime Diaries is you really just get to learn a lot about Malim and how she character builds herself, and she's fun.
I know things I shouldn't know about her. I got spoiled and went. I want to see that now.
The Slime Diaries?
No, I want to see Malim's actual stuff.
Oh, yes.
No, I was spoiled.
You gotta watch season 2. It's fantastic.
All right.
And then season 3 comes out in spring of 24.
Why everything comes out in spring?
Yes, you weren't a part of this joke, but Lance and I were talking about what we wanted to cover for the short flights. And Lance was like, well, I want to watch this, and this, and this. And it turned into like 10 things. We're like, Lance, you're not going to watch 10 different things at once. And he's like,
Yes, I will.
true. No, he did
No?
not.
No, I couldn't cover. It's hard enough to do what it is. I'm covering what I'm covering, and that's enough. But Matt's also covering a couple things that I wanted to also watch, and at that same rate, I can't even keep up. There's a lot of stuff out there on top of a full-time job and the podcast itself.
Now I feel bad.
I'm just saying, I have a full-time job, go to school, and have kids. But I don't work as much overtime as you do. You work a lot of overtime.
See, now I feel bad because I was watching month before. They're like, "Hey, you're going to work this thing. You need to be here." I'm like, "All right, I'll watch some anime."
Yep.
And in that month, I did 1 second, please. I'm caught up on The Ancient Magus Bride, The Apothecary Diaries.
Okay.
Someone's been watching Death Mount to Parallel. Okay. Dead Mount
actually a
Dead
good one.
Play. I rewatched My Dress Up Darling with my cousin.
That's also a good one. I need to get Lance to watch that one.
Burned through a whole bunch of slime.
Yes.
I'm in love with the villainess, and I'm like, I've been watching a lot of stuff. I should probably dial it back. Now I feel bad. Now I feel like I'm wasting my time.
So we talked about it on our last podcast episode, but it's like, so I ran through my list, and I'm like, I'm watching a lot more than I thought I was. Because I'm caught up on Jujutsu, minus this last episode.
I'm watching that as well.
I'm also covering Spy Family, Shield Hero,
Not bad.
MF Ghost, Freyrin.
Yeah, how did I forget?
I
God, I
I
feel
absolutely
bad.
love Freyrin, but we're not talking about Freyrin, so
We could.
That is for another
you know,
day.
1 week. I don't mind OVAs. I just feel like this one was literally just, there go, this race is a thing. Some stuff's going to happen. But since you told me this is a prelude to other stuff, I'm like, yeah, why does this exist?
Well, okay, I think we can answer that because the biggest takeaway from this set of OVA is that we got to meet Demon Lord Valentine, and she is a vampire. So it's just a backstory into her and introducing her because she doesn't really come into play season 2.
You see her, so she's mentioned once, and you see her another time.
Right, so she's just kind of there. and that's fine. But what I am speculating at this moment is we are relearning about Valentine now, because I think she's going to be important in season 3.
There is a
Fair.
good chance for season 3 we have I'm going to spoil. Well, you said you already spoiled. So for season 3, I think there's going to be a Demon Lord fight
Oh, definitely.
between a bunch of Demon Lords. And I think that's what's going to happen in season 3. Or there's going to be a lot of political things between the Demon Lords.
Maybe.
And that's why they are getting reintroduced.
So, to my limited knowledge, I was like, okay, the Demon Lords keep an eye on each other to keep things in balance.
Yep.
Basically.
Why is she in hiding? Why is she special?
That's a good point. Why?
Because she's a vampire.
Okay, and? Y'all can have night meetings.
So,
To be fair, they all have their own territories to begin with also. So technically, everyone is kind of hiding. It's not like everybody's sitting around the round table. That's just a meeting spot kind of thing.
and it's really, as long as you aren't doing anything against the other Demon Lords, they really don't give a shit what you do.
My only argument to what Lance said is, I watched Ava. You can have a Zoom meeting with the crystal balls.
Yeah.
Tell me you can't just go, what are y'all doing? What's going on?
But they don't care, because it's one of those things where you aren't doing anything against me, I don't care what you're doing. Because look at Clayman.
Yeah.
So, remember, they basically let Clayman do what he wanted because they knew it didn't matter. It didn't affect them.
I feel like they knew he was going to fail, though, because he just failed.
But you also have to remember that they are so strong that even if he didn't fail, they would make him fail.
Fair.
It all works out. I mean, in the end, it's anime logic.
Yes.
Fair. Yeah, you're right. My bad. I'm sorry.
But
no, it's fine.
within the nature of the series, so do you know Guy Crimson?
I've heard things.
But Millennium is one of the strongest, if not the strongest. It just kind of depends, because they're like, oh, she's the oldest. It's like, well, does that make her the strongest because she's the oldest, or does that make her the strongest because she is the strongest?
Don't hit me with the Gojo question. No. No. Just because she's the oldest doesn't mean she's the strongest.
But they say it's like, oh, she's the original, so she's got to be the strongest. It's like, nobody's fought this statement, but is that true or is that not true? Because she does fuck things up.
I don't think the Demon Lords give a shit. They don't give a shit. So it's like, sure, y'all can call her the strongest. Doesn't mean she is. Just because you think it's right doesn't mean it's right. You gotta prove it.
See? That's what I'm saying. And
I think that's more because of her parents, which we won't get into.
yeah,
We're not gonna talk about that. That's a big spoiler.
Yeah. As far as this is concerned, I think they just wanted to introduce another territory, introduce another Demon Lord, and basically show that her underling, who is just a demon, kind of like Diablo, where they're like, you might be strong, but I'm a Demon Lord and I'm actually strong.
It was cool seeing Violet. We'll just walk through that
Yep.
guy's barrier, like, hi, hello. I'm like, oh, you're strong.
Yeah.
You country strong. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm sorry.
And what happened to those vampires? They're like, oh, you're a vampire. It's like, I'm an actual vampire versus the bullshit that they are.
I mean, well, they're technically archdemons. They weren't even real vampires.
So
supposedly, appraisal was like, I think. So no, you're right.
Well, maybe they're just one and the same, and maybe
I think they were the archdemon vampire.
yeah, because they were definitely called both of those titles. So
And then they had fangs.
yeah,
Okay,
But
fair.
I don't think they were like a true vampire like Valentine.
Fair.
So kind of like Diablo, where he is a demon, but he's not nearly as strong as Rimuru.
I also thought it was kind of fun that when Valentine appeared, Rimuru had no idea what was going on, and he didn't see her at all. So when Rimuru finally came into the mix and saw that
Basically,
the bad
everything
guy
was-
got knocked out and Valentine already had disappeared, and it's because Rimuru's not supposed to figure out about Valentine until later. So I like that they kind of made that happen.
They
It
didn't
would explain why he's just like, who's that later on. Okay.
Right.
Oh, they covered the tracks. Okay.
Yeah, I really like that.
I have one small world building thing I liked when they were in the tavern. And they're like, what if someone hears us? Like, oh, it's soundproof. And they explain how soundproofing works with airlock. I'm like, oh no, that makes perfect sense. I'm gonna use that when I play D&D. Hold
Yeah,
on.
no,
Oh, that was amazing.
That was a great D&D moment where you're like, hey, this is weird. I'm going to do this now. Roll. It worked. Okay,
Yep,
it works.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun concept. I like that.
I do like that Rimuru is spending more time with the kid from Japan too, because that's just one of his connections back to his old life, which doesn't suck.
Right. What was that, like the OG manga guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
The head of the academy, one issue that Lance and I both had, how did he turn into Satoru? Which is essentially him.
So based off what I remember, he can transform into anything he sees with Mimic, because he acquired the Mimic skill, as long as he can think of it or that he's seen it. He knows what he looks like, so he can just go, oh, disguise. Easy.
That might be it, because early in season 1, we know he's got to eat it first.
Yes.
So that's why we were thinking, like, I don't remember him eating anyone else, but if he's got a different skill...
But he could also produce manga, and he never ate.
Yeah, those are from
manga.
his memories. So
Right.
Well, he has to eat the paper. He could just produce his own paper. That's neither here nor there. Never mind.
We're putting too much logic into this one. But, yes, so I think that's what it is. It's just like manga, just like you said, Kamerin, where it's just, he thought it is a person that he's thought of, so it's okay. But then the issue is, why doesn't he play into that person as his humanoid form?
To respect the late Susie, because that's what I called her when I was watching the show, to play into her wishes and respects, because he kind of ate a dead person and everyone went, that's kind of messed up, man.
That's what she wanted.
It is what she wanted, it's still messed up. But yeah, he could, no, because he can just use his male avatar. He does it to respect his not wife.
His
faded
soulmate that ends up dying after like 2 days.
I want to get into that. All I'm gonna say about that particular situation is just because they didn't say soulmate in the dub, they said fated one. I'm like, okay, that does not mean he's meant to be together. It means that they're meant to meet. That's how I took that. And everyone's like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, okay, I'm wrong.
But the premise of what she was saying is, it's the fated one that you're supposed to be with because that was her ability.
She's technically with him always because he ate her.
That's true.
Because the dragon is with him until he's like, no, let me out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where's Ifrit?
Ifrit's, he's stuck inside him as well. He's just sitting in there.
It's called Valdora, but not Ifrit. Okay. I don't have all the information. I'm like, oh yeah, where's Ifrit?
You know what? You get to learn a little bit more. You get the Slime Diaries will bring you back into that because they'll have conversations. So he's just in there. He's chilling.
He's chilling with
Valdora.
Valdora, yes. Like best buddies or something.
Playing shogi. I'm like, this is dumb. This is cool, but this is dumb.
You don't really. He doesn't get much of an opportunity to come back out. He's just in there having fun.
Uncontrollable, so he's got to be tamed some way. And if you don't let him out, he can't wreak havoc and destruction because he needs a host body to essentially control him. So Reaver is doing a better choice, which is just keeping him inside his stomach.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
The OVAs were good. As far as the story was concerned, like, the story made sense. Episode 1 to episode 3, you're like, you have a plot, an arc, and a finish. And that was fine.
Real quick, let me just kind of throw out the main plot thing that's going on. So, in this new kingdom, we have 3 siblings, Princess Zenobia, youngest brother Aslan, and older brother Souther. And what happens is there's this big doctor that everybody loves named Gustav. You find out that he's the one that's the vampire, and he's the one that gave the older brother some special powers and made him really powerful and made him rise in ranks really fast. And everybody's a little skeptical of it because it just happened out of nowhere. And then this Gustav guy, he's basically making Princess Zenobia sick. She's blind because she's malnourished. Just so the anime logicked her whole condition pretty quick, which was kind of funny. It's like the moment that she got fucking healed right away with a single sip of honey tea, and then she can see again after she's not been able to see.
Well, he had his whole heal in there too. Like that's that.
Oh, he had more in there. Or,
no,
it was just the honey.
Wasn't it special? Like
no, it was just pure honey.
Yeah, from the tree elf women whose race I forget.
It's the honey he gives to Malim
to make her be a regular person. Yeah. Well, regular person.
Yes, true. So it's just regular honey. Like, it's nothing special.
Huh.
But to them it's special because, it's sweet and nobody can actually get honey.
Just find some bees and make them throw up. Done. all honey is bee vomit.
Yes. But anyway, Lance and I kind of joked about that one where it's like, she's blind and now she can see after a drop of honey. Okay, yes. That makes sense. That's not how science works. But okay, yes. Or medicine, excuse me. Whatever. It's anime. It's okay. Yeah. We can't have her blind the entire episode. That would be even worse.
I feel like it'd be better, though. She just wouldn't know what's going on until someone explained it to her.
But the anime logicked her being able to know everything that's going on anyway.
But no, they wasted a perfect opportunity to have her stand as the audience so they can exposition dump on her so we know what's going on too. Because people don't pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, they introduced something cool with her while she was blind, and that was like the ability to read people's hearts, essentially. Like she
Their
can
souls.
I really hope that comes into play next season or
but
somewhere.
she lost it. They talk about how she doesn't have that ability.
Yeah, at the end of season 3, or at the end of episode 3, she 100% lost that ability.
She's like, oh yeah, she can see, and now she lost her special ability because she's a normal person again. It's like, okay.
Have Rimuru put it back.
Well, he doesn't have that ability.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember, he's just regular Rimuru right now.
Yeah, he doesn't have time stuff because the one lady has time stuff.
Yes.
So just crap. Never mind. No, never mind.
It could always come back into a regular canon episode. Maybe we can see that same ability just on someone else.
Yeah.
Can you pass down unique skills from person to person?
I don't know if you can pass them down, but I could not imagine that running into another person with a unique skill would be impossible.
Yeah, while the name is unique, I don't think only one person in the universe can have that one unique skill.
Fair. Also, there are derivatives because Predator and Gluttony are kind of the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, well, one's basically level 2, the next evolution of it. I think they explain that somewhere along those lines.
They explain it in season 2.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're telling me just to watch season 2?
Yeah, absolutely watch season 2. Honestly, like, you're probably going to enjoy this more after you watch season 2, because you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, these are some interesting people. It's like, oh, yeah, I've seen her before. Cool. And that's what it's going to be, because one thing within season 2 that you and I kind of complained about is, like, Benimaru doesn't get a whole lot of screen time. Shoei doesn't get a whole lot of screen time. So it's just these characters that we missed out on, we get more of in the OVAs.
This is going to sound bad. This is going to sound bad because I thought about it anyway. That doesn't make any sense. The blonde lady in the after credit scene, I want to know more about her. Because she just blew up like a city or something by just going, Or she had gold eyes or something. She's sitting on a pillar at the very end and she's just like, you failed. Explosion. I'm like, okay, who are you? What's going on here?
Was that not Valentine?
Valentine is silver, purple hair, right?
Violet. Oh, yeah. So you see her in the movie. In the Scarlet Bond movie, you get... Yes, sorry to disappoint you and make you watch more Slime.
I don't have time.
Well,
I gotta watch Freerin.
One episode a week, so you got plenty of time.
Me.
Yes, I know. 26 episodes, so it's a dual core season.
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
Back in my day, those just used to be regular seasons.
No, because back in our day, it was like, hey, here's 50 episodes, here's a season. Or let's play these 8 episodes on repeat, and then we're going to play the next 12 episodes, and then go back to the beginning.
I just sounds like Jorge Suzumiya.
Yeah, cores meant nothing. At least now there's some structure.
But quit splitting them. Just, here's one, here's the other one together. We'll take a month off so animators can rest their hands.
Well, sometimes they do that. But my issue is when they're like, with Slime, hey, we're going to sell you Season 1, Part 1 as a box set, and then charge you $50, and then sell Season 2, Part 2 as a box set and sell it for $50. And I'm like, give me it all together for $50.
1, I know why they do that. They do that to make the numbers look better?
Yes.
For media sales?
Absolutely.
2, you'll get that later. You just gotta wait. But because we live in America, you gotta wait longer.
You gotta wait stupid long.
I don't like how the industry works. I hate it a lot.
I understand. It doesn't make me happy because I get it from both sides where it's like, I understand where they're coming from, but I am also a consumer, so I want these things.
Just read the manga.
I'm aware. And I
just read the manga.
I do. And that's
why I'm poor.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I just kind of twiddle my thumbs with, like, Jujutsu. I'm like, this is amazing. I love this. It's kind of like My Hero, where Lance knows about this, where I'm like, I am just waiting for it to get really good because the latest season, while is fine, like once Dark Deku comes out, it's like, oh, cool. And then the really good stuff happens way later. And I'm like, I know what happens already.
My Hero is the most 5 out of 10 show ever right now.
Oh, yeah. Big words.
I don't feel like they're big words. It's just, hey, you like the Avengers? Here's it in anime form. Kind of, sort of, about their kids.
Yes. But I do feel like that's a conversation for another day.
All right, bet. Just let me know when.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, let's stick back to
let's get back to some slime talk. That sounds like a great idea.
So this is something we like to do every episode. Who is your favorite character in this short series, or who was most interesting to you?
I'll give him a handicap because he was not a part of our season 1 conversation.
Oh, sure.
Because he was nice enough to watch all of season 1 prior to this.
The ninja.
Oh,
Shoei?
Shoei is my favorite character because he's just like, oh, you want me to do this almost impossible thing? Okay, done. And he's like, bro, come on. You can't be hot and talented. It's not fair. You get one from the basket. I'm like, Rimuru was right. Rimuru is correct.
Nope, I get both. You're gonna love the movie.
All right. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
You're for Shoei. You'll love.
I want to like the girl ogre. No, they're not ogres. What are they called? Kishin?
Kaishin.
But they're too
Kaijin.
tropey.
Oh yeah, definitely tropey.
One is your tomboy best friend trying to be more girly. The other one's like perfect housewife. And I'm like, no, be real people.
She's a princess.
I don't care.
I
watch Mulan.
Well, that's why she's perfect, because she's a princess.
She can have a rebellious streak or something. Just quit being boring. She's kind of boring.
She can be.
So,
but
yeah, because you're talking about Shion and Shuna. I enjoy Shuna.
She's cool. I need a little bit more.
Yeah, I get that. And I'll be honest, season 2, you don't get more.
That's fine. Shion is better for 2 reasons.
Literally.
Yeah. I don't know how adult this show gets. So
No,
anything goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 reasons.
We literally had a High School DxD episode. Or not High School of the Dead episode.
You should do High School DxD. It's better. It's a better story, better animation, and the level ups make sense.
It's too edgy. Like that is our line.
Oh damn! I'm sorry.
No,
I bought a bunch of dojins.
No, that is.
I'm just like, this is fine. This is perfectly fine.
Oh, we love the story.
Yeah, no, the story's great. I'm here for the fan service. That's what I liked about the beach episode for the OVDs. It's fan service, but for everybody. And I'm like, yeah, Japan's catched up on the quality. And then I read the news. I'm like, never mind. Take it back. All right, take it back.
You mean the octopus? Yes.
It got the guys too, so it's fine.
Yeah, everybody's happy. It's okay.
And then Butsumo was funny. That was more of a cultural shock to most people, though, because I'm like, they do this, but this isn't like popular. Why are you talking about it?
People don't actually know about this. Like,
why are you talking about it?
All right, so Matt.
So favorite character is, you're gonna say Shoei?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have like somebody that stood out for the OVA?
The princess.
The princess? Okay.
Because she's just a MacGuffin. But she's like a useful MacGuffin.
Valid. I feel like we're never going to see her again. But
no,
yes.
We're absolutely not.
Probably, yeah.
No, he wasn't my favorite character. The dude, the A-rank adventurer dude, who just kind of got stuck there. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about you. You got your ass beat twice.
Paul?
Yes, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was Paulo, but this website's saying Paul. Maybe in English it'll get
Google Translate.
Translated to Paul, but yeah, Paulo.
So he wasn't even an A-ranked adventurer. He was just going to be an A.
He was A-, so he was almost there.
But he didn't go through his actual A-rank adventure.
Yeah, he just stuck around.
He was just like, you're kind of strong, so we're going to say you're worthy of it, but you haven't passed anything. It's like, all right, yes.
Right.
Okay, what about you, Lance? Do you have a favorite from the OVA?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ranga. I liked the wolf.
I feel you.
Ranga's great.
Ranga, he's so damn funny. Every time you see him, he's panting like a happy little husky boy. He's always so happy, so I love seeing some Ranga.
That's fair. I can't see Ranga as his own character. He's just Ruru's dog.
Essentially.
That's all he's supposed to be.
I don't want that. I want Ranga to do cool shit.
Ranga, but
he does do cool shit, but cool shit on his own, without the writers.
Okay.
It's not too much. When he gets his moments, they're quick, and they're basically always revolving around loyalty and stuff. So, like, out of Slime Diaries, he has a good handful of moments that Ranga's really good in there. In the movie, he has a chase scene. That's one of my favorite scenes. So, like, these OVAs are perfect for Ranga.
Okay.
Honestly, I would say the OVAs do a great job for all the side characters.
Just in general, yeah.
Because you watched all the OVDs, you watched all the extra stuff.
I hate them kids.
Yeah, the kids suck.
I hate them kids.
The kids suck.
That being said, I still want to see more of them.
Yes.
I want to see more of the girl that looks like Rimuru's not wife, with the time fairy. Other kids don't care about.
Yeah, the time, that's also a spoiler. So I'm not going to say that.
Oh, you can tell me after the show.
Yes, sure. Okay, so if I had to pick a favorite, oh man, I'm going to kind of go chalk. I really enjoyed Rimuru in this OVA because he had his split. It was cool to see like his two slime moments. I really enjoyed, oh man, what she called at this point, like his intelligence person.
Oh, Great Sage.
Great Sage. I like where it's like, nope, don't do this. You will get caught. All right.
Oh, Oh, yeah, I love those little hints that she kept giving him.
Yep. So I enjoyed Rimuru. It's
That's fair.
honestly, I've really enjoyed Shuei, but I'm not going to pick Shuei because you picked Shuei.
Rimuru gets to be a little different in the
Yeah.
OVA. I'm
Yes.
like, oh, you're not totally winging it. You're winging it, but you're smarter than you were last season.
Yes.
That's all I care about.
Yeah, he had a plan. Plan made sense. It wasn't just like, all right, I'm going to do this, and it's just going to work because anime logic.
And it's not part of the original series, so it doesn't need to turn into some big super battle on his part. People around him are going to be doing the fighting.
He was literally support. He said, I will be a support. And he was. And I'm like, wow, you actually didn't get main character syndrome. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's how all the OVAs were for Slime. He's hanging in the back, letting everyone else get all the attention.
Yeah, they know he's the OP character, so they're like, these people need attention.
Yeah, so that's what I appreciate about these OVAs.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite moment?
Violet walking through that guy's barrier like it was paper. That was cool. The fight was a little underwhelming, but
Right.
it's mostly the high. I'm stronger than you, and it's like, oh, you're a problem.
Yes. Okay. I wish they would have done the OVA before the movie for almost that exact reason.
Yeah.
Because she's the main character, or she's the villain in the movie.
See, but I'm trying to figure out how. I'm like, well, she's Demon Lord, so automatic antagonist status.
Once you watch the movie, it'll make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Lance, do you have a favorite moment?
I'm just gonna take the shonen route. The whole battle between Gustav and everyone else. It's really just a battle.
Okay.
I'm gonna just leave it at that, just because that was the most fun.
Understandable. Honestly, probably one of my favorite moments was what I already talked about, where Rimuru's slime, he's not using anything, and then, was it Gustav, the vampire guy?
Yeah.
Comes into the room, and Rimuru's about to, try and figure out what's going on, and Great Sage is like, nope, terrible idea, don't do it, you're gonna get into a fight right here. And I laughed so hard for that.
Hey, I had a 20% chance to succeed, but I played D&D, and I'm like, I don't have a wish or inspiration, so no. No.
Right. So before we lose out on Paulo for a quick second, we need to rewind a little bit and really understand why he's even in this OVA to begin with. And that's because when they're going to investigate this kingdom, they needed someone with an A ranking skill set kind of deal, because you got to remember he's a minus ranked adventurer. So because he hasn't hit that A standard, he's not good enough, and if he did have that A standard, he'd be noticed too fast. So the point is, he's gonna blend in and he's gonna get the job done, and they're not gonna get noticed because of it.
Makes sense. In this sense.
Can I be devil's advocate for a second?
Go for it.
So, on paper, that makes sense, but, when things actually started to, go into motion, no! He was terrible! He sucked!
Oh yeah, he definitely got his ass kicked.
Yeah,
Yes, he was fighting super high rank things, but I'm like, how is he an A minus rank when he just punches?
Yeah,
That's
I didn't
it.
like that. He didn't have any supernatural skills.
Now he's A ranked.
Yeah, I suppose. Rimuru did give him some special staff, but still, it's not like he's shooting any kind of skills, any kind of magic or anything like that.
Because he's human.
What exactly qualifies him to be an A minus to begin with?
We'll never know.
Yeah.
Because you also have to remember, every other part of the world that we've dealt with, none of them are human.
Yeah, everybody, at least in Rimuru and Tempest, everyone's some different variation of a monster. But then there's humans everywhere else, there's those flying horse king guys.
Yeah, but
Pegasus Knights.
Yeah.
that's still cheating because that's not a normal human. They're not normal individuals. They're essentially the kingdom of the world's knights cheating because they're gonna be special.
They have some magical ability.
Yes.
But Paulo did not.
Paulo is
he's super basic default human.
Yeah,
is that what you're getting
he's
at?
Satoru before he died kind of thing. He's just
Okay.
the guy who goes to work every day, but he's an adventurer.
How is he A minus? Oh, it's probably like the Naruto system. If you keep doing stuff and get enough points, they just promote you.
Yeah, I've done 800 missions and not died. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Good job.
that's basically what I was thinking too. He's
Point
just
system.
All D rank.
Point system. That's all he needs to do. Get 800 points, and he levels up.
yeah, that's what I would accept.
I'm not thinking too, because we're probably not going to see him again.
Nope.
We might get a reference being hey, I wonder what happened to that guy, Thought Bubble, and then you're going to see him drunk in a bar or something like that, just for humor.
Oh, you have hope. I don't.
I
don't think he's coming back.
No, he's
No,
not
too much.
He's absolutely not.
Where we are with what season 3 should be, we're basically dealing with god tier level stuff. We don't need to worry about another human.
Who probably couldn't even take a punch from Rimuru.
Right.
So, yeah.
Which mean probably nothing. He's not taking a plunge.
But anyway, so one thing that we do, Cameron, is we kind of like to give our opinions as far as what we're watching. So would you give this a rank at all? Like, or recommend it?
Honestly, no, I'm not going to recommend it because you can just go into the movie and go, who's that? And then watch season 2 and go, oh, I remember you.
Valid.
As far as like a rating, I'll give it a 6, mostly off all technical stuff, and then going, that fight was cool for the 30 seconds it lasted.
Yes, I'll give you that one.
So just it's fun. It's harmless.
If you want slime content, absolutely. That's how I think of this. It's like, I need more slime. All right, yeah, go for it. Watch it. It's good in that manner. It does not move anything as far as the story's concerned.
Yeah, because we already know who those people are, yeah.
We already know. We already know the story. Season 2's out.
World building.
Side characters.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
So, Lance?
Just a bunch of minor stuff. I'm going to give it a little bit more than Kamerin. I think in 6.5. It was good. It had its anime logic to throw in there. The entire thing was entertaining, and we watched it in one solid sitting, so a solid hour worth of anime.
And did not fall asleep.
We saw the whole thing. We were very entertained, and we were guessing what was going to happen, like with one of the bad guys, one of the vampires. He had a ring, and then it glistened. We're like, oh, that's suspicious. But that ring really didn't mean anything in the end.
Chekhov's ring?
Yeah, I would probably give this a 7 as far as quality is concerned. Like
the quality is good, yeah, and the story is great, but it's OVA, so
it had nothing to do with anything. To be completely honest, it didn't matter.
Right? Maybe if we want to go and give OVA a separate category, maybe as far as an OVA goes, this might be like a 8 or a 9. So
I'll meet you at 8.
Yeah. So if we're going to give it its own separate category, it was a solid OVA. I did enjoy this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I had said it earlier, it had building, it had what you're looking for as far as beginning, middle, and an end. And everything tied together, and it made sense.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a quick question.
Yes.
So this came out as a 3-episode drop.
Yes.
Do you think this would have done better as a quick movie or as a 3-episode series like they did?
Honestly, because it's an OVA, I'm perfect. Like, you have to remember, a movie is something that's going to come out in theaters.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's true. Not necessarily. But a lot of movies nowadays, especially popular ones, are going to come out in theaters, and this would be terrible as a movie, but as 3 episodes, it was good.
It's not long enough to be a feature. Well, that's not technically true. On a technical level, it's long enough to be a feature, but no, I don't think it works in the movie.
No, because it's only 40 minutes of content. Because
60.
No, take off a minute and a half. No, take off 3 minutes for opening and ending.
I'd probably say more on the closing end. I'd probably say like a minute and a half opening and like 2.5 for the closing.
Like the song really 2 minutes long?
Yeah, I think it was like almost 4 minutes of content that is just cut off of that 23 minutes. So you're talking 19 minutes an episode.
Yeah, times 3. You're still approaching that 60-minute marker.
You're at like 45. Wait. You'll never have a calculator with you all the time. I can't do math like that.
36. It's 54 minutes. But unless you're going to piss everybody off like what Demon Slayer did, where you've got the opening and closing credits after every episode, terrible idea. But you can't do that and be like, yep, here's a movie.
Okay, so let's take it to the next level then. What if we at least did one giant extended episode like some other guys do? So like, what if this was just a 45-minute episode?
A long episode?
Perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think
I'd prefer that over 3 OVA episodes.
Yeah, I think I would have enjoyed that more too.
Yeah.
And let's be completely honest, if you put this in a box set, it's going to be together anyway, so it doesn't change anything.
Right. But if it was a 45-minute piece, it would be all globbed together and there wouldn't be the unnecessary skipping of between episodes. There would not have to be any kind of recap.
That's first world problems.
Yeah. It's minor complaining.
Not wrong.
But yeah, I just think it would flow together a little bit better if this was one solid chunk. But of course you can say that about an entire series too, but...
No, that's not true. I had no issues with it being 3 separate episodes. If they would have made it 1, I would have just accepted it, but I'm just accepting it is what it is, because both scenarios are perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's true. I'm happy the way it is, so yeah.
Yeah, because the inverse doesn't work. Because for Oshinoko, the first episode was 90 minutes. Yep. And everyone went, why? And then everyone went, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's like Freyrin, they dropped 4 episodes
They lied.
on the first episode.
They lied. They were like, yeah, episode 1's going to be 2 hours.
That's not
No,
true.
here's everything I read.
4.
Everything I read was episode 1 will be 2 hours long. I'm like,
That
all right,
is exactly-
cool. And then they were like, here's 4 episodes. I went, that's
not what you told us.
Right.
That was real. That was very confused. I was like, it doesn't matter because we
Yeah.
all watched it and went, this is going to be great.
Fantastic. Yes. So, as far as this is concerned, I have no issues with it being 3 separate. They're OVAs. Like, they're side anyways. So, if you gave us a 55-minute OVA or 3 24-minute OVAs, it's essentially the same thing.
Right.
I'd rather have a longer 1 episode, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
But some people do like being able to break things up per episode.
Yeah.
So, you're catering to somebody, and you have to pick somebody.
Yeah. I am the minority in this situation.
Maybe. I mean, I'm with you. I could see this being appreciated. Yeah, it's definitely debatable. I'm going to be with you. I would like this be just one solid chunk.
In the Netflix world where everything needs to be 55 minutes, this would have worked out perfectly fine.
Yeah, that too.
Now you got my editor brain thinking, yeah, you could just, yeah, no, you're right.
But depending on, since, this is a situation in which we're dealing with where everybody in MAPPA walked out because of conditions, you're actually making conditions easier by making it 3 episodes instead of 1.
Yeah.
So,
you're right. Yeah, I can argue with you on that one.
it's...
I still want what I want, though.
Yeah, I completely agree. But you're wrong no matter what you say.
I'm not going to argue with you on that.
But yes, that's really all I got for this.
Yeah. It was passable.
It for what it is, it was good.
Yep, entertained. I'm glad we watched it. Everybody loves them some slime content, and here we are. We're happy. All right, Cameron, thanks again for hanging out with us today and covering some slime content with us. We wish you luck with your podcast that's coming out next year, and hopefully your last one closes on a nice, clean note. I know you're busy.
No, it's not. Oh, I should probably... the name of the show is More Than Miyazaki, because it's quick, fast, and to the point.
Okay, and then we will put that information in our show notes so that anybody else who is interested, they can go ahead and find it there.
Thank you very much.
And I think that's going to close it out for today's episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening this far. Please remember to leave us a review and show us some love. Also, please follow the Anime Show on Facebook and Instagram. Stay up to date on everything anime related because they are always posting amazing information. And we will catch you guys next time.